Why, hello there. So, I know that a lot of people get sent to teach English in Japan without any real experience, and that's super scary. And I also know that this is something that I get asked quite a lot of questions about. So, today I wanted to address some of the things that I've learned since being here that have helped to make my work life a million times easier. As always, I'm no expert, but I have tried to pick pieces of advice that I think would be helpful regardless of what ability level or age range you're teaching. So, without further ado, and in no particular order because I'm not that organized, let's get started. Number one, games. You never know when you're going to need to fill time, whether it's because you have a class today that you didn't think you had, or because one class finishes their work super quickly and you need to fill time at the end. Either way, it's always good to have some games up your sleeve. Things to think about when choosing classroom games. Firstly, you want something that doesn't require too many materials and doesn't take a long time to set up or pack away. Secondly, you want something that you can easily adjust to suit many ability levels and age ranges. And thirdly, you want something that you can play more than once, preferably many, many times, without the kids getting bored. So, my personal favorite is Pictionary, and in fact, I take a little Ziploc bag of words to almost all my classes, just in case. And most of my kids love Pictionary. But I also have the Broken Hearts game and Shiritori on standby just in case. Games are always useful, and you will never regret having some games made up and prepared just in case. Number two, try to plan lessons and activities that will be enjoyable for a broad range of ability levels. Even within one class, your students will have different ability levels and motivation to learn English. So it's important to try to cater to as many students as possible. If your lessons are too difficult, you'll lose the less motivated students immediately and you might have difficulty controlling the class. If they're too easy, you'll lose the more motivated students and you might even put them off learning English. I know that sounds like a lot of pressure, but it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, I promise. One of my favorite lesson plans like this is speeches. Give students a speech template and allow them to fill it in themselves. This allows them to talk about something that they're genuinely interested in, and it gives them the chance to make it as easy or as difficult as they want to. For example, one speech might be, "My hero is Ampamam because he's cute," and another might be, "My hero is Martin Luther King Jr. because he was a very brave man and I admire the work that he did." This allows every student to give themselves a challenge, and that's really important. I know it sounds a little bit difficult now, but once you get to know your school's level and your students' level, it'll get easier. Number three, don't be afraid to change up your lesson halfway through if it's going badly. It's really difficult to judge how every class is going to respond to every activity, and sometimes your amazing plan is just going to bomb completely. Don't beat yourself up too much about it, but also don't make your students sit through a lesson that they're obviously not getting anything out of. Try to switch it up and also remember to note down what went wrong for future reference. Bad classes can be really disconcerting, but as you get used to your students and they get more used to you, they'll happen less and less. Number four, keep your cool. Sometimes you're going to have really frustrating students and really frustrating lessons, and you're never going to gain anything by getting annoyed. The most important thing is to keep your cool and laugh it off. Don't let them see you sweat. Number five, implement a reward system for classes that respond well to it. I don't recommend this for every class because it is a little hit or miss, but in some classes, a sticker point system is invaluable. I honestly thought this was a bit of a joke when I first arrived because I teach at senior high schools, so my kids are 16 to 18 years old, and I thought they'd be a bit over stickers by this point, but boy was I wrong. Try using a system whereby volunteering answers or even having conversations with you in English, the students can earn stickers. For added excitement, you can get your friends or family to send you stickers from your home country and use special seasonal stickers for holidays like Christmas, Valentine's, and Thanksgiving. If you're feeling super generous, you can say that the student with the most stickers at the end of the term or the end of the year gets a special reward. Candy from your home country is great for this. Honestly, I know it sounds a bit lame, but just give it a go. Number six, Keep a notebook. It's too easy to forget things, and it takes 2 seconds to jot things down so that you remember. Personally, the way that I do it is one side of my notebook is for class notes because each class has a different personality. Some are quiet, some are super genki, some don't get along well with certain games, etc. And also in this side, I note down any students' names who might need extra help or who are super good and might need extra work. And then in the other side, I have a weekly planner so that I can keep up with which lesson plans I've done with which classes, so I don't get confused and skip a lesson or do a lesson twice. Yeah, honestly, it takes a few seconds out of your day and it makes your life so much easier. Number 7, keep your lesson plans and worksheets so that you can reuse them again next year. You can even take note of anything that you did that made them more successful or any problems that you had. You will thank your past self when you come to next year and you don't need to make lesson plans from scratch. Number 8, try to find common ground with your students. If they're actually interested in something, they'll try really hard to talk to you about it in English. For example, there's a group of boys at my technical senior high school who really love League of Legends. So every class I have with them, I make a point to ask them a really simple question, like who's your favorite champion, or did you watch the games last night? And it always sparks conversation. Try to find common ground and use it to your advantage. Your students' curiosity is your most valuable teaching tool. Last but not least, someone really wise once gave me the advice that when you're in a difficult situation, you need to redefine your terms of success. You're going to have difficult classes, you're going to have difficult coworkers, and you're going to have difficult students sometimes. This will just happen, but it doesn't mean that you're not doing a good job. Instead of focusing on that student who will never want to learn English and just isn't interested, look around at the students who are doing their work and who have tried to talk to you in English a couple of times and who really want to communicate with you. Is that one kid who always sleeps through every class awake and enjoying himself? Great, that's a victory right there. Focus on your small victories because they're still definitely worth feeling proud of. Okay, I think that's about everything for this video. Personally, I really love this job and I wouldn't change it for the world, but I know I was super nervous coming in, so I hope that I've helped you at least feel a little bit more confident because I'm sure you'll do fine. As always, please feel free to leave any questions you have in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. And until next time, bye!